Okay, so I just want to talk quickly about how I feel like My Little Pony handles some reformations and such. The show is a little inconsistent at times with who should be reformed and who shouldn't. I've seen them reform characters like Nightmare Moon, Discord, Starlight Glimmer, whatnot. You could make an argument for them since Nightmare Moon was just Luna on the patrol and Starlight Glimmer just needed a friend. Discord, I'm a little mixed. I feel like he was better as a villain, but he's shown good qualities as a hero. But certain characters just get the short end of the stick sometimes. Like Trixie, her first appearance, she gets blamed for something that technically wasn't her fault. She says she defeated this magical beast. Two moronic kids decide, let's bring this beast so she can fight her. You don't do that. Like, imagine if this was the Marvel universe and some kids brought, say, Doctor Doom to New York just to see Spider-Man fight him. Could Spider-Man handle Doctor Doom? Probably. He could. He's handled him before, but those kids would still be in trouble for bringing a villain to New York just to see Spider-Man fight, and Spider-Man would likely tear into them for that. Trixie, she got blamed for that. Just because she bragged that she could do it doesn't mean it was her fault, so I just find it unfair that she went through that. And thankfully, things got better for Trixie, but let's move on. Lightning Dust, I will say this. Yeah, she had a bad attitude, and she was a bit full of herself, but she was doing what Spitfire told her to do. So when she made a mistake that nearly got Twilight and her friends annihilated, instead of taking responsibility, Spitfire basically just disregarded Lightning Dust and acted like she didn't encourage her at all. And then when Lightning Dust came back, I feel like they still didn't really do her justice because they made her a little too aggressive. It's like they had to make her aggressive just to make Rainbow Dash look in her right. So I think Lightning Dust got screwed over by the narrative. Gilda, I also feel bad for her because in her debut episode, she just wanted to hang out with Rainbow Dash. Pinkie Pie got on her nerves, and Gilda got angry, rightfully so. She didn't handle her anger very well, and she has shown that she can be a bit of a pain, but it does feel like she was set up to fail. Like, she goes to a party where they insist that it was just a surprise for her. She gets pranked at the party. Rainbow Dash says she set up pranks, not for Gilda, but just for anybody. But if you pay attention to the episode, Rainbow Dash does goad Gilda into some of the pranks, so you can't really say it was an accident. It felt like they messed with Gilda. She got rightfully upset, and then they acted like she was a jerk all along, even though it wasn't even entirely her fault. And thankfully, she got her redemption later. The biggest one for me was Cozy Glow. Now, some villains you probably can't redeem. You can't redeem Sombra. You can't redeem the Storm King. You can't, and maybe Tyrek and Chrysalis are also redeemable. They're too power hungry. Cozy Glow, when you can reform someone like Discord, I think you could have reformed Cozy Glow. But the fact that the first time she messed up, they sent her to Tartarus. I know she screwed up royally, but sending her to jail, or basically their hell, seems like a bit much for a girl her age. They should have looked into why she did that, figured out what was wrong, and see if they could help her, because she was a kid. They probably could have figured something out. But it felt like they just took the easy way out and put her in jail. So then she breaks out, and they still do nothing for her. They don't really acknowledge why she's this way. They don't ask where her parents. Maybe this is a reason. Like, if they explain Cozy Glow's backstory more, and she continued to be like this as she grew up, then maybe. But I feel like that was a big missed opportunity, and it was a real shame to see them disregard Cozy Glow like that. Like, Cozy Glow has been compared to Baby Doll from Batman. I might have mentioned this in a previous video. Baby Doll, she's like Cozy Glow, childlike, a villain, but Batman at least gave her the sympathy she needed. And I don't know if Cozy Glow's a child. Some people think Cozy Glow is secretly an adult that's a child that looks like a child. I'm not sure, but point stands that that shows the main six could have done something more with Cozy Glow than they did, but they chose not to, and now that's left unresolved. Hopefully, one day maybe they'll explore it a bit, because I think the comics hinted that she could have been freed from being in stone, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. See ya.